Oprah Winfrey has been tied to so many awful people.
Yeah.
And the things that she's done throughout the...
Sure, here's the extended version of the content you requested, expanded to around 2,700 words and written in a more conversational tone. So Jaguar Wright is at it again, and this time she's pointing fingers at none other than Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, you heard that right, Jaguar. The same woman who's made waves for calling out everyone from Tyler Perry to Jay-Z is now claiming that Oprah's career might be coming to an end. But what's going on here? What exactly did Jaguar say about Oprah, and why does she think Oprah is next in line for a downfall? And just as importantly, how does Diddy fit into all of this? Stick around, because this story is about to get a whole lot more interesting. Before we dive into the claims Jaguar Wright is making, let's quickly refresh on who she is and why her words carry so much weight. Jaguar Wright is an American singer, songwriter, and actress who became known not just for her music but for her outspoken and unfiltered nature. She gained attention in the entertainment world by boldly calling out industry giants, people who most wouldn't dare challenge. Whether it was accusing Tyler Perry of playing a role in perpetuating problematic narratives or taking aim at Steve Harvey for what she believes is his hypocritical persona, Jaguar has never been one to hold back. Over time, she's built a reputation as someone who isn't afraid to spill the tea, no matter how hot it might be. And with her recent comments about Oprah, it's clear she's not slowing down. Jaguar believes that Oprah's career could be in jeopardy, and she's linking Oprah's potential downfall to some pretty powerful figures in Hollywood. So what's the deal with Oprah? Why does Jaguar think Oprah might be in trouble? Let's break it down. Jaguar Wright is known for being incredibly direct when she talks about the entertainment industry. She doesn't just hint at things, she outright makes explosive claims, and this time she's zeroing in on Oprah Winfrey. According to Jaguar, Oprah's career could be on the line, but why? It all comes down to who Oprah has worked with and the powerful connections she has made throughout the years. Jaguar believes that Oprah's ties to certain people in the entertainment industry are what made her the powerhouse she is today. But according to her, those same connections might also be what's going to bring her down. So who exactly are we talking about? Let's start with Diddy and Tyler Perry, two of the most influential figures in Hollywood and the music industry. Jaguar has accused Oprah of being too close to these powerful men, and not in the most flattering way. She argues that Oprah's career was heavily influenced by these connections, and if the truth behind those relationships were to come out, it could severely damage her reputation and career. But the plot thickens. Jaguar isn't just focusing on Oprah. She's also called out other major figures in Hollywood who she believes are part of a larger, darker web of connections. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's first dig into the claims about Oprah. To understand what Jaguar is saying about Oprah, it's important to look at the figures she believes Oprah is connected to. First up, we have Tyler Perry. Anyone who follows Hollywood knows Tyler Perry is one of the most successful black filmmakers of his generation. From creating the Medea franchise to building his own studio in Georgia, Perry has been a major player in Hollywood for years. Jaguar suggests that Tyler Perry's success goes beyond talent. She believes his success is tied to his relationships with some very influential people, including Diddy and the famous pastor, T.D. Jakes. According to Jaguar, these men played a role in Perry's rise to fame, not just through business deals, but through networking at parties and events where important decisions were made behind closed doors. Diddy, in particular, is someone whose name keeps coming up in these discussions. The music mogul, who's built a massive empire with his music label, clothing lines, and more, has long been known for throwing extravagant parties. And these parties are more than just social gatherings. They're said to be a way for industry heavyweights to network, strike deals, and form connections that can make or break careers. Jaguar believes that Oprah's ties to Diddy, Tyler Perry, and others at these events are key to understanding how she rose to power. But that's not all. Let's take a closer look at Diddy's infamous parties, because this is where things start to get interesting. If you've been paying attention to the rumors surrounding Diddy over the years, you've probably heard whispers about the kinds of things that go down behind closed doors at his gatherings. It's not just about the champagne and the guest list, it's about the networks being built, the deals being brokered, and the favors being exchanged. Jaguar Wright has stated that these events helped many of the industry's biggest stars succeed. Comedian Cat Williams, who's known for speaking his mind about the entertainment world, has also hinted at the darker side of Hollywood, suggesting that there are hidden connections between Diddy and certain pastors, including T.D. Jakes. This is where things start to get even murkier. What exactly is going on at these parties, and how far do these connections go? According to Jaguar, the relationships between Diddy, Perry, Jakes, and even Oprah are far deeper than just business. There are personal connections at play as well, and these aren't just simple friendships. Jaguar believes that Diddy's relationships with these powerful figures may have involved more than just professional dealings, and these personal connections could spell trouble if they're exposed. Now, we need to talk about T.D. Jakes. The megachurch pastor and entrepreneur has built a massive following over the years. He's known for his inspiring sermons and his ability to build a successful business empire. But Jaguar has suggested that T.D. Jakes isn't just a preacher, he's also part of this powerful network of individuals that includes Diddy and Perry. Jaguar has even hinted that Jake's relationship with Diddy might go beyond just business connections. She believes that they were involved in a personal relationship, possibly even one that played a role in shaping the Hollywood world that many of us don't see. Jaguar's accusations about the involvement of pastors in Hollywood's darker dealings have raised eyebrows. What's the connection between the world of megachurches and the music industry? It's not exactly something we hear about every day, but Jaguar is convinced that there's more going on behind the scenes than the public realizes. Now that we've got a sense of who Jaguar is accusing and the connections she believes exist, let's bring it back to Oprah. So what does all this mean for her? According to Jaguar Wright, Oprah's ties to Diddy, Perry, and Jakes could be the very thing that brings her career to an end. Oprah has been at the top of the entertainment world for decades, building an empire that includes television, books, and her own production company. But what if the connections she made along the way weren't just about business? What if they were part of a deeper web of influence, manipulation, and power plays that could be exposed? Jaguar believes that Oprah's career could be in jeopardy if the truth about her ties to these figures comes to light. Oprah has carefully curated her image as a philanthropist, a talk show host, and a spiritual guide to millions. But if these darker connections are revealed, they could shake her reputation to its core. Oprah has already weathered some public controversies, but this could be different. Jaguar Wright's claims are part of a larger conversation about the darker side of Hollywood and the entertainment industry. Over the years, there have been countless rumors about how the industry operates, with whispers of secret meetings, shady business dealings, and powerful figures pulling strings behind the scenes. Jaguar's accusations about Oprah, Diddy, Perry, and Jakes fit into this narrative, suggesting that success in Hollywood isn't just about talent or hard work, it's about who you know and what you're willing to do to maintain your power. Jaguar isn't alone in her claims. Comedian Cat Williams has also suggested that the truth about Hollywood's power structure is about to come out. If 2024 is the year when all these secrets are exposed, it could be a turning point for some of the biggest names in entertainment. It's not just about Oprah, this is about a system that has allowed powerful figures to thrive while keeping the public in the dark. Jaguar Wright's claims about Oprah Winfrey, Diddy, Tyler Perry, and other Hollywood elite have set off a firestorm of speculation and intrigue. What started as a series of pointed accusations has now escalated into a dramatic tale of hidden connections, business dealings, and personal relationships that might bring down some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry. While the entertainment world waits with bated breath, the question on everyone's mind is, could Oprah's career really be in jeopardy? And if so, what does that mean for the broader Hollywood power structure? This is the kind of story that could shape the future of the industry, and it's just getting started. For those who may not be familiar with Jaguar Wright, she's no stranger to stirring the pot in the entertainment world. As a talented singer and outspoken figure, Wright has often used her platform to expose what she believes to be the darker side of Hollywood. In the past, she's made headlines by accusing major figures like Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, and Jay-Z of various misdeeds, shedding light on what she perceives to be a web of corruption within the industry. Her past revelations have been explosive, to say the least, but this latest round of accusations involving Oprah Winfrey takes things to a whole new level. Wright has long been a vocal critic of the power dynamics within Hollywood, and over the years, she's offered insights that often go against the grain of what the public is led to believe. According to her, many of the biggest stars didn't make it to the top solely on talent. Instead, they leveraged behind-the-scenes relationships, business dealings, and sometimes even personal connections that were not always above board. Wright's claims about Tyler Perry and Diddy are among the most significant in this ongoing narrative. Jaguar Wright's most controversial claims have centered around a set of connections she believes have played a major role in the success of figures like Tyler Perry. She suggested that Perry didn't rise to prominence solely through his own ingenuity and hard work, though no one can deny his talent and business acumen. Instead, Wright claims that his success was facilitated by a strong network of powerful figures, including Sean Diddy, Holmes, and even mega pastor T.D. Jakes. According to Wright, these connections allowed Perry to navigate the often murky waters of Hollywood, but the price for these alliances was high. Behind closed doors, Wright says these relationships were not purely professional. Diddy and T.D. Jakes, two of the most influential men in their respective fields, allegedly shared a personal relationship, one that went beyond simple business dealings. This revelation was shocking to many, especially considering the high-profile nature of both figures. Diddy, known for his dominance in the music industry and his many business ventures, and Jakes, a leading pastor with a vast global following, seemed to operate in vastly different worlds. But Wright's assertions suggest that their bond was deep and instrumental in shaping the landscape of entertainment and business that we know today. The suggestion that Diddy's infamous parties gatherings that have long been the subject of rumors played a role in these power dynamics only adds to the intrigue. Wright has hinted that Perry may have even been a part of these gatherings, where business deals were struck and personal relationships were formed. The idea that such events served as a kind of secretive platform for networking and exchanging favors paints a far more complicated picture of Hollywood success than the public may have been led to believe. If Jaguar Wright's claims are to be believed, then what she's uncovering is far from a simple case of Hollywood intrigue. It's a narrative of power, influence, and manipulation. And it's not just about the connections between Diddy, Perry, and T.D. Jakes. Wright has gone so far as to accuse other celebrities such as Stevie J, Mary J. Blige, and even Jennifer Lopez of being part of this web of connections, which she suggests is far from innocent. Wright's comments bring to light a side of Hollywood that many have suspected, but few have dared to publicly acknowledge: the idea that success in the entertainment industry is not always determined by talent alone. Instead, it's often about how you network and what you're willing to do to stay in the game. It's a brutal and sometimes exploitative system that can make or break careers. If Wright's accusations hold any truth, it suggests that some of the biggest stars in Hollywood may have risen to the top thanks to strategic alliances rather than purely on the merits of their work. In an industry where personal relationships often mix with business, it's not difficult to imagine how this kind of behind-the-scenes maneuvering could give certain figures an unfair advantage. The connections between Diddy, Perry, and Jakes are just one example of how the lines between personal and professional relationships can blur in a world that thrives on networking and image management. And if this is the case, then what does that say about the transparency and fairness of the industry as a whole? As for Oprah Winfrey, the question now is whether she's about to face the fallout from these allegations. Oprah has long been regarded as a pillar of success in Hollywood, a media mogul who has built an empire of influence and wealth. She's synonymous with grace, authenticity, and empowerment, and her career has been the subject of admiration for decades. But Wright's claims suggest that Oprah's image could be more complex than the public might have imagined. According to Jaguar Wright, Oprah's connections with Diddy, Perry, and Jakes might be the very thing that could bring her career to an abrupt halt. Wright suggests that if the truth about these relationships comes to light, Oprah could find herself facing significant scrutiny and damage to her reputation. Given Oprah's long-standing dominance in the media world, this is no small claim. As the entertainment world watches the unfolding drama surrounding Oprah Winfrey and Jaguar Wright's accusations, the potential impact on Oprah's long-established legacy is becoming a topic of intense speculation. Oprah, who has spent decades at the top of the media and entertainment worlds, is no stranger to controversy. Yet the nature of Wright's claims suggesting that Oprah's success may be tied to her relationships with powerful figures like Diddy, Tyler Perry, and Tour Jakes raises profound questions about the true source of her dominance in the industry. If even a fraction of Wright's accusations proves to be true, it could unravel some of the carefully constructed narratives that Oprah has meticulously built over the years. One of the most pressing questions that has emerged is how much of Oprah's success was the result of her own talent, hard work, and perseverance, and how much was influenced by personal relationships within powerful networks. Oprah's career trajectory has always been presented as a triumph of self-made success, with the narrative of her rise from humble beginnings to media mogul serving as an inspiring example of what hard work and resilience can achieve. However, if Wright's claims about Oprah's connections to figures like Diddy, Perry, and Jakes are proven, it could shift the public's perception of her rise to prominence. Instead of being seen purely as a result of her groundbreaking work and exceptional talents, her success could be viewed through the lens of strategic networking and calculated alliances. This revelation would add an entirely new layer of complexity to Oprah's legacy, one that could be difficult for her to overcome. Oprah has long been seen as a symbol of empowerment, especially for women and people of color. Her philanthropic efforts, her support for various social justice causes, and her ability to use her platform for meaningful dialogue have cemented her status as an influential figure in modern culture. But if it were discovered that her career was significantly shaped by behind-the-scenes relationships with powerful, controversial men, it could cast doubt on the integrity of her rise and question the authenticity of the values she has long championed. As the allegations continue to swirl, the question on everyone's mind is whether Oprah will address these accusations publicly. Throughout her career, Oprah has weathered numerous controversies, from public feuds to criticisms of her show's content, and she has emerged relatively unscathed each time. Her ability to face down challenges and maintain control over her narrative has been a key part of her enduring influence in the media world. However, the gravity of Wright's accusations presents a new kind of challenge for Oprah, one that could test the limits of her carefully managed public persona. If Oprah chooses to respond to the claims, it could be a defining moment in her career. Her response could either solidify her status as an untouchable icon who has weathered every storm, or expose cracks in the carefully constructed image that has sustained her for decades. Given Oprah's massive platform, she would likely have the opportunity to publicly defend herself in a way that many others in her position would not. But the sheer weight of Wright's claims, suggesting not only personal relationships but also secretive networks of power and influence, would make a simple denial insufficient. Oprah would need to provide substantial evidence or a compelling narrative to refute the allegations if she hopes to preserve her reputation and status as a cultural leader. On the other hand, if Oprah decides to remain silent in the face of these accusations, it could fuel further speculation and distrust. Silence, in this case, might be interpreted as an acknowledgement of guilt, or at the very least, an attempt to avoid confronting uncomfortable truths. The longer Oprah remains silent, the more likely it is that the controversy will grow, with her critics seizing on her lack of response as a sign of complicity or weakness. The larger implications of this controversy extend beyond Oprah herself. If the allegations of hidden networks and behind-the-scenes deals are true, it suggests that the Hollywood system, long criticized for its insular power structures and gatekeeping, might be even more corrupt and manipulative than many have believed. It raises a fundamental question about what truly drives success in Hollywood. Is it talent, or is it the right connections? If Oprah's career, for example, was shaped not just by her own efforts but by alliances with figures who wield significant power in the entertainment world, it casts doubt on the meritocratic ideals that many associate with success in Hollywood. As pressure mounts, Oprah's legacy is at a turning point. How she responds to these accusations, whether by defending herself, offering transparency, or staying silent, could define the future of her career and influence the way Hollywood and its power structures are perceived moving forward. The world is watching, and Oprah's next steps will likely determine whether she remains a beloved icon or if the truth behind the curtain will forever change the way she is viewed by the public.